Across South Africa, an alarming trend is unfolding. Ordinary citizens, whether unemployed, pensioners, or even those living abroad, are waking up to find their bank accounts accessed and their funds removed, often without warning or explanation. This is not just an isolated incident but a growing pattern that is causing widespread distress. The South African Revenue Service, or SARS, is at the center of these actions, but it's crucial to remember: state power is not absolute. Authority must always be exercised within the boundaries of the law. When people's livelihoods are threatened without proper notice or engagement, it raises serious questions about the balance between state power and individual rights. Let's explore how this is happening and why it matters to every South African. Under the Tax Administration Act, SARS does have the authority to collect alleged tax debts, but this power is not unlimited. The law requires a valid tax assessment, proper notification, a final demand, and a real opportunity for the taxpayer to object or make arrangements. When these steps are skipped, the action becomes unlawful. The Criminal Procedure Act also makes it clear: no one should be deprived of property through arbitrary or abusive enforcement. Yet what we're seeing is funds seized without lawful process, accounts wiped out, and people left destitute, sometimes with no active income. This isn't just administrative action, it's overreach. The rule of law is being sidelined and due process is being ignored. This scene highlights why these legal safeguards exist and what happens when they're bypassed. South Africa is a constitutional democracy, not an administrative dictatorship. The Constitution is clear: no institution, including SARS, is above the law. Actions that deprive people of their property without due process may violate key constitutional rights, like Section 25, which protects against arbitrary deprivation of property, Section 33, which guarantees fair administrative action, and Section 34, which ensures access to courts. When the government acts without accountability, it undermines the very foundation of democracy. Public power is derived from the people, and it must be exercised with transparency and respect for human dignity. This is not just about tax collection, it's about upholding the rule of law and protecting the rights of every citizen. Let's remember, no authority is above the Constitution. So what can citizens do when faced with such overreach? The answer lies in awareness and action. If you or someone you know has been affected by these aggressive collection measures, you have the right to demand full disclosure from SARS, request the legal basis for any deductions, and challenge unlawful actions through formal objections and reviews. Escalate your case to the tax ombud or the courts if necessary. This is about more than just money. It's about defending human dignity, constitutional supremacy, and the rule of law. We cannot allow a system where people are financially crippled overnight without due process. Where unlawful conduct arises, it must be challenged. South Africa's democracy depends on citizens standing up for their rights and holding power to account.